guys, it's me, Science Meets Psychology, and today I'll be sharing with you 8 signs that you might have an eating disorder. 1. You're insecure about your body. Many people with eating disorders think that their body isn't good enough and they just struggle with their body image, and they base their self-worth off of their looks, and sometimes they just feel really insecure about their body shape, or how fat they are, or how skinny they are. So yeah. 2, you want to lose weight. This sign does not apply to people who binge eat or overeat. This thing usually only applies to people with anorexia or bulimia. This is basically meaning that you just want to lose weight and you're not comfortable with your weight, and you just have a certain goal, whether or not you do, you just have a certain goal in mind that you want to lose weight, you want to get that goal, you want to get to that. That can be a bad thing if you go too low, and sometimes people, even once they are at their goal, they tend to pass it oh, I'm just getting skinnier and skinnier, that's way better, and then they just stop. They just eat really little instead of dieting until they get to where they want to be. 3, you feel embarrassed to eat in front of others. Now, this is a common trait. It says some people with eating disorders, they'll just feel fat, and they even though they're skinny, they see themselves as fat, and they just feel embarrassed to eat in front of other people because they just think that people will be judging them based off what they're eating and stuff. You isolate yourself. Now, people with eating disorders don't really want other people to know about it, so they usually commonly isolate themselves. And this also goes along with the next sign. You feel depressed, because first of all, it's your eating. If you don't eat enough, you're going to feel depressed. But if you and also when you isolate yourself, you feel more depressed. So naturally, people with eating disorders also have low self-esteem, which can also make them feel depressed. Next, you fast, overeat, or binge and purge. Now, this goes for most common types of eating disorders. So, this is basically also including using laxatives or other drugs. So, some people do things for weight control, restrict food or eat too much, or just use laxatives, which makes you shit more, and just gets food out of your system quicker, something like that. And then they do that as a way of weight control. So next, excessive exercise. This usually applies for people with anorexia or bulimia. They sometimes, some people, exercise too much, and they just go overboard. Exercising once in a while is good, maybe every day, but they just do 3 hours a day. It's crazy. They exercise too much, and you just do it way too much trying to lose weight. And number 8, you have a fear of gaining weight. So this usually applies to anorexia and bulimia too, when you have a fear of gaining weight, and you have fear of being fat. You notice I'm putting that in quotes because sometimes people think they're fat when they're not fat. You can be overweight and not fat, so just like I am. I'm overweight, but I'm not really that fat, but people with the eating disorder have a fear of gaining weight, and they just do everything they can to stop themselves from gaining weight, and they feel really disappointed when they look at the scale and they're heavier than they were before they measured it. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have an eating disorder. Have you recovered? How you doing? Try to reply to your comments, but I never get any comments on these videos, so just hang in there, guys. And here's the thing, coming from a guy's perspective, sometimes people get eating disorders because they want to be skinnier to please guys, or they think that they'll look more attractive. But coming from a guy's perspective, we think skinny isn't that pretty. We think we like normal. Like me especially. Some guys like skinny, some guys like thicker. But I think I speak for most guys when I say normal is pretty, normal is sexy, and you don't have to be skinny to be perfect. You don't have to be skinny to be cute. You can be perfectly normal and fine. You can be overweight and be fine. Like, it's about your personality, not your looks.